Okay, this is Citizens Eye Community News Agency, and I'm at the Leicester People's Photographic Gallery today for the opening of the Kangaroo Kids exhibition that's just opening here. And I've got with me a few members of Sling. Can you introduce yourselves, and then we'll ask you a few questions about what you do.
I'm Stacey Buckby.
Hi, Stacey.
Francesca Brown.
Hi.
Jenny Cook.
Hi. So what's the idea behind Sling?
Well, I tend to use a sling rather than a pushchair, and a lot of people ask me about slings and about how to use them, and say that's a really good idea. How can we get into slinging? And so we meet up, don't we, and we show other mums how to carry their babies the way we always have for millions of years.
So it's just a group of people joined together by an interest in carrying our children rather than pushing them around.
Okay, do you meet up to do particular events, or do you just...
And we just meet up to chat and socialise and drink coffee and eat chocolate.
And show mums how to carry their babies.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Demonstrate slings.
Yeah. So what do you think are the advantages of sling wearing?
There's a lot of them. There's lots of physical ones. It keeps, particularly the kind of the wraps and the made ties that most of us wear, keeps the child in prime physical position for the proper development of the spine and the pelvis. And the psychological ones, I've written a little piece down there about the fact that because of us walking upright, our pelvises are too small to give birth to our babies at the gestational time we should be doing as a mammal. So they're born too early, as it were. So there's advantages in keeping them in a womb-like environment, even when they've been born. And it's, there's documented evidence to show that there's a psychological advantage to doing that, to their first birthday and beyond, or as long as it's physically possible. Okay,
and is it a growing trend, do you think?
Seems to be. There is quite a big community, isn't there? Online and growing in Leicester as well, isn't there? Definitely.
Yeah. If anybody was interested in finding out more about it, how would they go about that?
Well, we have a Facebook group. It's just Leicester Sling Meet, so it's very easy to find. It's an open group, so anybody can join.
And we have a website as well, don't we?
And we have a website, yes. And all the information, if you sort of start from the Facebook group, it's quite easy to find all the other bits and bobs.
So if you just went into Google Sling Meet, you
Leicester
track
Sling
it,
Meet,
Leicester Sling Meet, you track it down.
I think that comes up with the old stuff, the very old. So if... our website is www.leicesterslingmeet.weebly.com, isn't it? I know it.
I'm always impressed when people can say sort of like websites on camera. That's always good. Now, what was the idea behind the photographic exhibition? Because it's a really joyous exhibition, I think. There's some fantastic images.
It was just a comment, really, wasn't it? Oh, we should take photos. I've always tried to take photos at the Sling Meets anyway, and forgot my camera, and then...
Yeah, it all sort of, well, because the group is very democratic anyway, so we decide together when we meet, where we meet, what's going to happen. So it's sort of a similar thing here, because this gallery opened, and somebody who was involved with the gallery was also involved with the Sling Meet. And she said, and then Stacey said, why don't we get Martin involved, and why don't we do something? And then Martin jumped in with both feet, and then here we are.
Right, so that's a perfect segue into Martin. Hi, Martin. Can you tell us a bit more about how you got involved and what processes you went through?
Yeah, it started with one picture actually, and that's the picture of the railway crossing. It was Francesca crossing the railway crossing. I think that's how it started. They saw that, and then it sort of stemmed from there. And I was keen to, and still am very keen to work with groups and charities to help people get a message out to a wider audience, and that's how this exhibition came about.
Okay, and do you have a personal interest in the Sling Meet?
Yes, because me and Francesca are partners, so yes, very much so. Yeah.
And did you enjoy the process of taking the photos and getting the exhibition ready?
It was great, challenging, because it's hard to get them to volunteer to have their picture taken for some reason. But no, it was good, but photographing children, I think because maybe I have 4 children, so I took to it quite easily, so I don't get too frustrated with children running around the studio pulling lights over and things like that. So,
okay. So the exhibition's here. When does it go until? Do you know?
It's on up until Christmas, I believe, and is it running a little bit after that as well? It's definitely on until Christmas anyway.
Okay.
Until Christmas.
So anybody interested, come down to Leicester People's Photographic Gallery on Beaver Street in the old library and have a look at the photos. I'm just going to briefly scan down the exhibition just to give people a taster. So the fantastic images there, and it's, like I said, a really joyous exhibition. Thank you all.
Thank you.
You made a good job of these.
So haven't had a proper read yet.
Bend this way, bend this way. Again. Bend this way.
What do you think? This is actually a duplicate.